Hi, everybody. Bridget Deanahan here, leaning in real close to tell you I have an inkling that you're doing your very best out there. So thank you and good job. When sitting with strangers for this podcast, I try not to be biased, but today I'm yapping with John. He's a dude I met briefly at Refinery Fragrances, a local boutique he owns. And I'll be damned if I don't get platonically aroused when I meet a fellow fragrance nerd. If there's one thing I like more than good smells, it's talking about good smells. If you dig scents, John's next episode will be a sweet ride for you. If you also love football, fashion, or hot chat about life as a touring musician, put us on your preferred listening speed now, and let's roll into John's part 1. Here we go. Well, and again,
we'll cut that out.
I love that when our camera has gone down both times, it was just on my camera. So I'm like, the person, our guest, is the interesting part of it. So I'm like, you're just full screen at that point.
I don't know. You're the personality. You're the face of the whole shebang.
Well, so speaking of personality, we're gonna just recover what we just did. John, tell me your last name.
Panzer.
Spell it for me.
Panzer.
And it is, we just covered, it's German.
It's German. And I probably should know this like 100%. I know they were tanks in one of the world wars that the Germans used. I always tell people, I'm like, I wish I was taller than 5'10" for that kind of name.
Oh,
that kind of,
okay, so you could live up to it?
I wish I was more tank-like. Not in terms of violence, but in terms of size.
What's so funny is, I've maybe said this on the pod already, I'm not very situationally aware of people's size when I meet them.
Yeah.
And so often I've met people who are like, well, you know, I'm short. And I'm like, are you short?
Yeah.
I tend to notice taller people more often. Shortness, I don't necessarily notice right off the bat.
I'm with you. I'm like, if somebody is like I was at a store yesterday.
Yeah.
This guy walked in. He was like 6'8".
You can't help it.
Yeah, it's like they're quite imposing.
But what you don't do is call attention to the fact that you know they're tall. They know they're tall.
They know they're tall. Yeah.
John, when I first met you, and I will properly intro you next, but when I first met you, you seem, and I get this from people, you seem like a tall person. Do you know that? You appear tall. You also love a platform.
I love a platform. I think it's probably, I think aesthetically, the kind of aesthetic I like, yes, I like a platform, but I also don't mind the extra inch or two.
Yeah.
It's always nice to have a little extra, but
now I know,
do like a platform.
Because we've met before briefly, I know that you are married.
Yeah.
So when you were not married, were you out there on the internet dating, and did you lie about your height?
Good question. No. I was never on dating apps.
Okay, good
I
for
met
you.
my wife of 10 years when I was 16 years old. So that was pre-internet dating. Yeah. Maybe not internet dating.
Yeah.
But like apps. We've been married since 2015. So May will be 11 years.
Wow.
So we got married as babies.
Oh my gosh. So that's the first thing that we're going to dive into, because I want to talk about you, knowing your wife when you were 16, which is incredible. But to properly intro you, the whole shtick about this pod is I bring people on and they're complete strangers to me.
Yeah.
I have in fact invited people who I've met in passing, and I met you when I came into your niche fragrance boutique here in East Nashville.
Yep.
And had the pleasure of meeting you, meeting your employee, Lyric, and having an absolutely stunning experience in your store. And I think we had chatted for maybe 10 minutes, and I was like, do you want to come be a guest on my show? And you were like, yes.
That was so cool.
I'll totally do that.
This is my first podcast.
Well, and hopefully not your last.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Fuck around.
I think I've done maybe like I used to be in the music business. So I did maybe like a few interviews, but not like a sit down podcast. This is a first. I'm happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you. Okay, so I definitely, and this is for my own personal shits and gigs, I definitely am going to make you talk about fragrance while you're here if you don't mind.
I don't mind. I would hope I don't mind.
Okay.
It's my favorite thing to talk about.
Okay, I love it. And
Fragrance and football.
Okay, juxtaposition.
Yep.
All right, sporty guy.
Yeah. I know I look like such a jock.
You do. You do
know.
give off with the well-appointed jewelry game. And as I said, the platform shoe, like we kind of kikied when I met you about outfit stuff too.
Yeah. I kind of like what I like, and I kind of buy clothes for like, I know my closet, so I'll buy things that I know will just fit in easily. So I wear a lot of black.
Well, you're wearing all black everything today, and it looks really, really nice. I've said this before too, because with a few guests, we've ended up talking about what we're wearing and why it matters to us. I think dressing well and being interested in beauty in that way is just a type of characteristic and a way of moving in the world for sure.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's I think for a lot of people, you do it as a way to like individualize yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know that I make an attempt to individualize myself necessarily. Just like, I like what I like. And from a young age, I was always like, I liked clothes. I like putting outfits together. Always had like champagne taste, beer budget kind of thing, even as a kid. So yeah, it's kind of carried over into adulthood. I think it comes in line with fragrance too. I think that's like, I like accessories.
Yeah.
It's kind of an invisible accessory.
Oh, for sure. It's certainly part of dressing and dressing well. Again, it's about presence. I think, you said that you've always been interested in fashion. I'm interested in asking you what you're liking now when you dress yourself daily. Like, what are you gravitating toward? You mentioned black earlier. Is most of your wardrobe black or
some earth tones, or like a lot of just neutral?
You like simplicity?
I do. I think because it's you don't have to think a ton about it. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, so you're more interested in like, in a sense, this isn't classical dressing necessarily, but like simple, tried and true
things that just can complement each other. So I can wear black with like taupe. I can wear black with like a army green or gray or white, or kind of like very monochromatic. It's just easy, I think. I don't like spending a lot of time like, I've never been one to like try an outfit on and go, no, switch. And the days that I do have to do that, I'm annoyed. I'm like, ugh,
So when I've talked to people who care about dressing for style, most of the people that I've met, or most of the people interested in clothing that I'm close to, it's louder than how you say you dress. Usually when I've been surrounded by people who dress for utility, like what you're describing sounds very utilitarian, but with a mind toward elegance.
Yeah, I think so. I think when I was in playing music and touring, I was a little more like, I do like kind of avant-garde silhouettes, like, you know what I mean?
I was just gonna say, when you walked in, that it was the first thing I noticed about you, all black everything, but you're wearing, for the people at home, you are wearing a 90s silhouette pant, baggy kind of pipe situation, and a somewhat, not aggressively so, but a cropped boxy silhouette top with long sleeves and interesting snap buttons.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's I like the crop silhouette. Going back to the height thing, I think it's not like it just suits me well.
You know what looks good on you, yeah.
Well, yeah, I think, and with baggier pants, I like the comfort of them. Mm-hmm. I like the look of them too. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, ooh, I'm not like super tall, so I'm like, how is that gonna look, with baggier pants? I think as long as they're fitted to your body, mm-hmm. you're good. I really want to take in a lot of things that I have kept for years and still wear. I want to get them tailored.
That was going to be my next question. Have you ever found a tailor that you like, and do you tailor some of your stuff, or have you not yet?
I have before. But I don't know my tailor on a first name basis. Okay. I have taken some things to a tailor.
I know a few in town. I've got a line on. It's a little north of this city, but I've got a gal who's sweet and does it on the cheap.
I'll make the drive.
Need fresh content like social and web assets, copywriting, and more? Visit freshconsumables.com. Okay.
You'll have to plug me.
Okay.
You have to plug me.
One of my, again, just speaking of mending and taking things in, I bought a pair of, at a giant retailer, let's just say, a pair of jeans on clearance that were $20. And they're interesting because they have a giant patch. It's denim on denim patch on the thigh. These are my favorite pair of jeans right now. I wear them 3 times a week. But of course, as they're sold to be, to look lived in. Yeah. There were holes on the opposite thigh. And so I looked at my husband, he was with me, and I was like, hey, I'm going to buy these jeans for $20. I'm going to need you to immediately patch or mend these. And he's been doing, I'm probably bastardizing the pronunciation, but is it sashiko? The Japanese technique of making something purposefully look mended.
I know what you mean.
A lot of times it'll be really intricate and patterned. He's doing more like kind of funky embroidery, or like on this pair of jeans, he put X's around the patch.
Oh, cool.
And like men especially, I get surprised sometimes. Men will stop me and be like, where'd you get those jeans? And I'm like, my husband mended them for me. Yeah.
I've always found like that women have such incredible selection of clothing.
It's true. My husband bitches about that too.
I'm glad you agree, because I feel like some people don't agree with me. They're like, really? I feel like men have all the selection. I'm like, well,
no.
There are more women's boutiques, like women's only clothing.
Yeah, inarguably.
Boutiques. Yeah, like even in department stores, I think some department stores do a good job of it. But I'm like, generally, like there's been times where if my wife buys pants, not so much, but like jackets.
Yeah.
I might wear that jacket. If it fits okay, if it's a little oversized and I can rock it, I'll do it.
Let me tell you, we have had less than 20 guests, and you are not my first straight male guest who borrows his wife's clothing.
Yeah,
you are my second guest.
I think I don't know if it's just because of the trends right now.
Yeah.
Like,
well, boxy blazers are having a moment.
Big time.
Mm-hmm. Is your wife wearing boxy blazers right now?
I don't know that she may have one. I think if she she works remotely. I think if she went into the office, she'd probably have a lot more.
What do you borrow from her?
I would say primarily jackets, but she bought a pair of sweatpants that were like kind of baggy,
balloony.
Why? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, not like the cocoon fit, but like just kind of wide leg sweats. And I was looking at them. I'm like, I'm gonna try those on, and they worked. And then I went back and got my own pair.
Oh, nice.
So, but same size, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I'm like, I think some of the baggier fits of things now, I think you can do that because it's big enough. There's some brands that like they may like in a campaign, you know, they'll have women wearing the same clothing or as men, and it's like I think that they probably do that intentionally. Like even a small size or extra small is still very oversized,
right?
Because I think women can wear it too. Right. Obviously, can I say certain brands? Am I allowed to say?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, certainly.
Like, there's brands I remember. I've always, like 10 years ago, I loved the thought of designer clothing was because it was so unattainable that I'm like, oh, like, you know, that's,
before you were like a business owner.
That's the pinnacle. I'm like, that's the coolest thing. And it was just so expensive. And now I don't care, to be honest.
Right.
I don't like, you don't need to spend $1,000 on pants.
Right.
But I do remember brands like Vetements and Balenciaga and just going so oversized.
Yes.
That it kind of like, even for women, you know, just really massively baggy hoodies or pants
where
or
it's
whatever.
like, this is also not now. Some of it, I think, touches a little bit on farce. Like it's meant to be cheeky, where you don't actually look like a human being wearing clothes. You look like a weird hanger or a piece of art because it's, what are the cartoon boots?
Like,
remember the red boots that were all the go like 4 years ago? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like moon boots?
Yeah, they were like moon boots, but they were like aggressively bubbly and...
Oh...
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about. I don't remember the brand, but
I don't either.
I do not.
Because probably it was like, I mean, it got attention online, certainly. But I always, speaking of luxury brands, I think, well, I'll say this first. Once you've maybe gone from like a have-not to a have, like you got a little bit more money in your pocket than you used to have, certainly you want to treat yourself if you're into clothing.
Yeah.
But I've noticed also there are ways to shop and get things really well made still at a discount.
For sure.
And I always say someone with style and taste can go into, I do a lot of thrifting myself, like a thrift shop, a big box retailer where you're buying something for $10 and make it look chic. And I love the idea of mixing luxury with, less fast fashion is always better, but I'm certainly guilty of fast fashion myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to be, I think, because those fast fashion places take such inspiration from giant
the big brands,
you know, and like designer
make them
brands and make them accessible.
Not everybody can afford that.
Right. And I'm like, something Tom Ford said 10 years ago kind of stuck with me. He was like, when I see people wearing just the outfit off of the runway,
right,
it makes me sad because it's like, well, they don't really know who they are. They're just taking a look that somebody else put together and doing it maybe for like a flex.
Right.
Tom Ford didn't say flex.
You said that.
I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah,
but,
John said that.
I that kind of stuck with me because I'm like, I think, you know, like trying to be fun. I think people care too much what other people think a lot of the time. So,
well, that's true. And we have to make room for Tom Ford. You have to make room for the fact that there are people, just like people aren't. I met a man yesterday, another local small business that I am totally in love with. Hair and Home, if you're listening. He sells vintage, mostly mid-century modern furniture. And we were talking about the fact that some people are into this. Some people are into styling their home. But if you're not, you might walk into a house, if you have money like that is staged, because he works sometimes with stagers and lets them borrow his furniture.
Yeah.
They might say, I'll take it all, including the art that's on the walls, including the furniture, because it's not something they may care about it, but not enough to spend time on it. And so I think that's where, like what Tom said, you're going to have customers who are going to wear it like that because they don't want to spend the time on it, right?
Well, I think that's interesting because I don't know if I'm all the way in the camp of like wanting the whole staged house, but if it's cool enough,
you might take it.
I mean, like
it's already done.
Like we're looking to buy a house, so naturally we're on YouTube looking at houses that we can't afford.
Yeah,
and
like you do.
Oh my, yeah.
I'm
like
not in the market for a house, and I also look at
it's just
other houses all the time.
Yeah, some of these houses are just unbelievable. And we were looking at, Nashville houses.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just some of the way they're every single appointment, it like almost is like, man, this kind of feels like me.
Yeah.
I don't have $5 million for a house, but,
But when home builders work with a designer who knows their shit,
yeah,
it's like, here's what the exterior looks like. Here's the buyer. I mean, it's advertising and marketing, right?
Yeah,
it's like, here's the buyer that we want to reach. We want the artistic, creative, community, small business owner. It was probably designed to appeal to you.
Right. Well, they did it. They did it. I'm like, oh man. I think, obviously, I think I find a little more joy in like putting together an outfit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little easier than hanging photos.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh God, I
There's
don't want to.
measuring involved.
Yeah,
too.
I'm like, if I have to find a stud in a wall with a stud finder, I'm out, man. I don't know if you can tell by the everything about me. I'm not extremely handy. So I'm like, I don't want to, if it looks cool, I'll roll with it.
Yeah, I have to say, sometimes in a partnership you luck out, and it's not always necessarily if you're in a straight partnership, the man who is handy. Sometimes it's the woman who is handy.
For sure.
I am a butch presenting straight woman who turns into an absolute non-feminist dainty flower when it comes to like figuring out the logistics of packing something or moving something or hanging something heavy.
Yeah.
Thank goodness Jonathan is really good at all of that stuff. And I always tell him, I'm like, you've saved me so many dollars.
I would say that about my wife. Like, I'm more like you, I would say.
Yeah. Is your wife handy?
She's probably handier than I am.
Oh, that's hot.
Now, I did hang my TV.
Okay, that's
pretty cool.
That's a challenging one.
I was pretty proud of it.
How gassed up were you, and for how long? I mean, for me, that'd be like a 2-week, like, nobody can tell me shit.
It's a little over a year later. I'm still hanging my hat on it. I'm still pretty pumped.
You should.
Like, I think it was just easy.
Oh.
It was easy.
How? Why?
I don't know. It just was. My friend who's a contractor, shout out Shin Building. He's like, I got a stud finder. I'm like, oh, I need it. Like, I need it to hang my TV. I was going to like pay somebody to hang it.
Yeah, maybe him.
I'm like, yeah, but like the TV's here, like the brackets here, it's all here. Maybe I just need a stud finder and a drill, and I gave it the old college try,
and let's be
it worked
clear,
out.
You didn't have the tools for the job.
I did not have the tools for the job.
Yeah.
Our tool bag is pink, if that tells you anything. Not that I don't like pink.
Sexy.
My hair used to be pink.
Yeah.
But it was my wife's tool bag. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna go for it, and it was just easy. I'm used to like getting furniture and having to build it, and something going wrong.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like,
I'm the same.
I have to take it half apart again to like fix one little thing.
Yes.
And that I just don't have the patience for it. I am my father's son. I'm just like, I'm like the dad in A Christmas Story where he's like,
yeah.
Like I actually say curse words probably.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't have the patience for it, but I did that, and I'm like, okay, that's a notch in my belt.
It's pretty good, especially for someone who's not inclined that way.
Yeah, I'm not at all. They made it easy, I will say. That was like fairly easy. So if you're intimidated by hanging a TV, give it a try. It's not too bad.
I'm intimidated by everything physically demanding, including sporting events and hanging TVs.
Like watching sports, even.
Oh, that is...
Like sporting events like you would be involved in.
Okay, so like I played sports in high school, but I did it for the funsies, for the hangs, for the good times.
For the community.
We would be losing horribly. I'd be having the time of my life.
Yeah.
My girlfriends would be crying in the locker room afterwards, and I'd be like, "But guys, it was fun.
Yeah.
We all sweated.
We
and
all
ran
had
around."
fun.
Yeah,
and it's not about the winning or losing. It's about the friends we made along the way.
Yeah. But I mean, people who are sports minded and who are competitive, I don't have a competitive bone in my body, and that's a problem when it comes to sports. So I've heard. I also find them to be horribly boring. Now, I say that, and there have been 2 times in my life when I've enjoyed myself tremendously watching sporting events, and I will tell you very quickly, John. One time I went to a professional baseball game. It was the Mariners. I did cry when they got home runs because I was like, yay, we're doing it. Everybody's having a good time. There are hot dogs. I loved it.
Except for the other team, I'm sure.
Except for the other team.
Who was your team? Did you go just no dog in the fight?
Well, so my boyfriend at the time was a huge Mariners fan.
Yeah,
and,
okay.
I lived there for a summer and in Seattle. It was in Seattle. So I really did enjoy that.
It's a good park to go to.
It was neat.
Yeah.
And then I've watched hockey. Mm-hmm. It's loud as hell.
Yeah.
But it's fast paced, and I loved that. Okay, but
It
you
is
are a
fast-paced,
sports
yeah.
fan.
I am. Yeah, I primarily football.
Who's your team?
The Baltimore Ravens.
Do I look like I'm interested?
You're selling it. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
You're selling it well.
Cool.
Yeah, you got acting in your corner.
Okay. So Baltimore, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a huge Baltimore Ravens fan.
Why?
Grew up in Baltimore. My dad. So my dad was a Baltimore Colts fan. This is a little interesting story.
Okay, is that also football?
That's a football team. This is kind of crazy history. You guys might know about this.
I'm strapped in. I'm locked in.
The Baltimore Colts. There was something about, I might get some of the details wrong, but something about that the state passed a law where I guess they wouldn't fund the building of a new stadium, or there was something that the owner of the Baltimore Colts, like it was not going to be good for him. He packed up the team facility and the team in the middle of the night and put them in Mayflower trucks, and they drove to Cleveland.
What?
And now the Cleveland Browns were the Baltimore Colts.
Shut up.
Oh,
really?
Yeah. Yep. So
I love when people do ballsy, weird shit that's never been done before.
Yeah, except for that. I do not like that.
You're not a fan. But
I mean, look,
admittedly, it was weird.
I'm tracking with you, but there's a limit here. And the limit is having a legion of diehard fans that have spent a lot of money with your team.
That's true.
And then you betray them. There's a line, I think.
Fans.
Yeah. There's a really,
from the outside, for someone who doesn't care, I'm like, ooh, fun.
Oh yeah, wow. They should make a show about that, honestly.
Or at least a documentary.
I'm sure there's a documentary, but Netflix, we need Netflix on that.
Yeah, we do.
You know.
Okay, say more.
So my dad, like, I don't think I've ever really talked to him about like his emotions during that time, but like I knew he was big Baltimore Colts fan. Went to see them play, I think multiple times.
Yeah. And you went with him?
No. This was when my dad was a kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So fast forward, Baltimore does not have a team for I don't know how long, but a couple decades. No
Holy
football
crap.
team.
Okay.
After having a football team for a lot of years.
Okay, I'm feeling sad with you now.
It's like, you know what I mean?
Right,
it's
fine.
like if you're
Rude.
listening and you're a Titans fan, God bless you, first of all. But second of all, like them just up and leaving. like after being a season ticket holder and having jerseys, and they're no longer the Tennessee Titans. So, and I think some people listening might hate me for being a Ravens fan because there's a history there, rivalry between the Titans and Ravens. But so it wasn't until 96 that the Ravens were born, basically. So I was 2 years old when the team started. And so naturally, my dad, who was a Colts fan, immediately, and I think most people who become or were Colts fans became Ravens fans.
I was going to say there wasn't a period of like we're still in our grief and we're pissed. Like,
I'm sure there was, and I think if the team had like been established a couple of years later, I think people would have felt some kind of way, but it was a long time after the Colts left.
They were ready.
So it was like, they were kind of like, okay, well, we're over it. We'll never forget it, but we're moving on. So I was 2 years old when the Ravens were established. So immediately my dad became a fan, and so I just kind of grew up in that.
What about was your mother in the picture?
Yeah.
Okay, is she also a fan, or was she?
She is a fan. She is probably. She's certainly more of a casual fan than my dad and I, but she's there to support. She'll watch the games.
Great.
She'll get excited. But growing up in that, I think I've even surpassed my dad in some ways in terms of fandom.
Okay.
But like I'm the kind of person that I do not miss a game, even when I was touring.
Really?
Oh yeah. Even when I was touring, if there was a game on while we were on stage, I had my laptop somewhere off stage, or if we had like, sometimes we would have risers with like grates, I would put it underneath the grates so I could just keep an eye on the score. I was doing my job.
Yeah.
I was hitting the notes.
Yeah.
Mostly. And, but I was watching the game. Like I'll even watch the midweek pressers that happen. Yeah. I'm like,
hardcore.
Yeah, I'm really hardcore about it.
These are the type of fans, and this could be anything. We're all into different stuff, right? But meeting someone who is a super fan, and it's like, I was just talking to a friend the other day and describing my brother-in-law. I've only one time watched my brother-in-law watch basketball. He likes Kentucky, UK, right? Is that I'm saying the words right? And I thought he was going to break the wooden floor because he was stomping like a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
And he was having the time of his life. It wasn't it was like frustration, not actual anger, but he's not a small man. He's built like a brick shit house. And like
the house is shaking a little.
The house is shaking, and I'm having the time of my life personally, because I've never seen in person someone reacting to the television. I was like, Thomas, you're not, you're like not on the team, right? Like you are not. But super fans, it's like we are a community. Like I am on the team.
I think it's yes. Like oftentimes, like people have made fun of me in the past because I'll be like, yeah, we're 14-2. We're going to the playoffs, and they're like, we are. Like I'm like, yeah, we.
Yeah, you mean it.
We as in like. I'm watching every red second. I'm buying jerseys and hats. I'm like, obviously I'm not a part of it. That doesn't make me a part of the team, but I'm like, I think it's probably too like the verbiage that I grew up hearing too.
Yeah.
Like everybody in Baltimore, if you're like, it was always like, we suck this year, you know what I mean? So it's that, but,
it's a point of community and a point of connection. And, please hear me clearly that I'm totally teasing you by being like, who would do that with their time? But I think when people are passionate about anything, it's beautiful to witness somebody being into anything.
Yeah.
As long as it's not harming people.
Right. And it's entertainment.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's the best show on television. Like
For
if you are
yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
It's like, there was a game the other day that unfortunately ended the Ravens season, and it was it was a devastating loss. And I'm like, well, at least it was good TV, and it was, Okay. But So yeah, I've grown up into the Ravens are always really good. On the baseball side, Orioles are not very good. They've never really been good my entire life. So
do you like them a
do,
little bit?
Yeah, but I'm the kind of person. There's 162 games in a baseball season. I don't have the time for that.
Yeah.
I'll watch the highlights, but it's not as like deep rooted as football. And I think, I've lived away from, I moved out of Baltimore when I was 18 and always had a great relationship with my parents. So I think it was a good way to kind of keep connected, with them. And especially
do they still
my
live
dad.
There?
Yeah, they do.
Do you go back often?
Yeah, as often as I can.
Do they come down here?
So last Christmas, not Christmas 25, 24, they came to Nashville. This past year, my wife and I went up to.
Are you an only?
I have a sister, an older sister.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll go. Mostly, we've gone up there like for holidays and different things, and it was a little more frequent probably when I was on the road because if I would pass through, they would come to see the show, or if I had an off day in the area, I would hang there. But I've been home a few times this year.
But you see them and you have a good relationship.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I would say talk on a weekly basis.
That's good.
So
That's really good.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your passion about football. I mean, certainly
out of left field a little bit, but yeah.
No, man, this whole thing is out of left field.
Yeah.
We're going to go everywhere we can.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have brought up your music career, your musical past.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Oh man.
You were a singer, yes?
No, I was a thank you for thinking that.
You said hitting the notes earlier and I didn't think.
Oh, yeah. On the guitar.
Geeter.
On the guitar.
The geeter.
Yeah, the geeter. The fiddle.
Okay.
Yeah, I can sing, but I'm not a singer.
Okay.
Like I would do like background vocals.
If you had like a sword at your ribs, you could be a canary for a moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially if you put a soft tune on the vocal, I could sound great. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a nice little.
A little bit of help.
Speaking of that, I love seeing people in comments like they're using autotune. Most of your favorite singers are using a little bit of autotune.
It's a fact.
It is what it is. It makes them sound great.
Sometimes
Nobody
you
actually
can hear
notices.
it. Sometimes you can't.
But if you're a good singer, you can't hear it. Like
Yeah.
it just sounds perfect. So, but
Yeah.
it's so funny to see people. I'm like, if people only knew.
Oh yeah.
There's
sure.
nothing wrong with it, especially live. It's like some people, they're like the Foo Fighters are not going to use autotune.
Sure.
But if you're Sabrina Carpenter, you'll probably have a nice little.
And she can sing.
And of course she can
that
sing.
That gal
yeah.
can sing.
Of course she can sing.
Yeah.
But it's just,
Okay, so you played guitar.
Played guitar.
Is this a rock and roll band or?
Man, it was kind of all over the place.
Okay.
Like I would do stuff from pop to metal. Mm-hmm. Some of it was in the Christian music business. Some of it was in the like mainstream, like rock world.
Were you a hired hand?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I was.
Are you really good at the guitar?
I've done it for a long time.
Yeah. Okay.
I've done it for a long time.
All right, humble pants.
I enjoy it. Like, I think, funnily,
were these so these were not your bands?
No, I don't. I would not.
Oh, you okay?
I don't think I could do it.
Okay, so you were a road guy.
I was a road guy, and I kind of always wanted to do that. I never really like when I was young. I'd be like, yeah, let's form a band, or But the older I got, and the more I learned about how difficult the music business is, or to break a band into it being your job for 20 years.
Yeah, you're
that's like
I would like to just make some money for being good at playing guitar.
That was it. I'm like the main thing I loved about playing music was performing.
Oh, I was going to say, were you ever a session guy?
No.
Yeah.
Like I've done sessions, yes.
Sure.
But I didn't want, that was not my job.
Yeah.
Really. Like if I was working for an artist, then I would play guitar.
You are young, John. Do you mind me asking how old you are?
31.
Gosh, you're such a babe. And so for how many years did you do this?
10 years.
Geez, okay. You
Maybe
might have
like
said that
a
earlier.
month shy
Wow.
of 10 years. But yeah. So yeah, started like in a really small band. And I was actually a part of that band. But then like I got my first hired gun gig from a band based in Nashville. And then I just never looked back. I was always a hired gun. And I liked that because I wasn't too particular on the music that I played. I liked, or I preferred like playing heavy music, especially because the energy of it live is just different than like a pop gig. But it's a crazy story. Like,
I like a crazy story.
yeah. So there's a band called Skillet that is like a big rock band. They've been around for
I've heard
a
of them.
long time. And my dad took me to see them play when I was 13. And I was like, oh, I want to do that. All right. And then a couple months later, I got my first guitar, started taking guitar lessons, went to public school through middle school, and then I was homeschooled for high school, like online homeschooled. And then, which I think gave me an opportunity to like, it wasn't a typical 8-hour school day.
Yeah, so you had time to learn. I'm raising my hand for a quick little aside. What was your reason for going the homeschool route?
Well, so I had friends that did it. And I was like, school was weird for me. I grew like definitely had ADHD as a kid and pretty like severe, not in the sense that I was like hyperactive or like misbehaving or making like a nuisance in class, but I just had a really hard time
focusing,
locking in.
Yeah.
Especially on things I just didn't care about. Like I kind of thought science was cool, so I got a B in science.
Yeah.
But then math, like,
gross.
Forget it, So
I say that, and I have a sister who is a full ass like math teacher,
Oh
and
my
I'm like,
gosh.
who are you?
Yeah,
and she's
that's-
my favorite person. Again, with the football, I'm like, how do you love this? She's like, I'm great at it. I'm like, obviously, you teach college classes and high school.
some people, it
Such
clicks.
a gift.
It
Such a
is
gift,
because
yeah.
it was always just so
Unreachable.
over my head. Yeah.
Same.
And,
Same. So homeschool.
So I think like homeschooling, like it was tough because I had to be a self-starter. It wasn't like my mom or my parents were doing it. It was like a fully
You were in
online
high school, so
program.
you just did it.
Yeah, and I'm in high school. So it was fully online program. I was never on top of it, never a morning person at all. Like from the time I was in kindergarten, first grade, through elementary school, I hated getting up early.
You know how I describe not being a morning person? I say to people, imagine being an adult, experiencing the utter agony of being reborn every day. Like I wake up and I'm like, I hate this.
Yep.
And I don't know, my husband is a morning person and I'm like, I don't know anything to compare it to where it's like, sometimes my bones hurt just finding out I'm alive.
Yeah.
And I like life.
Right. Yeah. It's not.
I want to be, but like at 10 p.m., I feel the best I've ever felt.
For sure. I know.
Yeah.
It's like you feel a whole lot better at 10 p.m. than you did at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Or 8 a.m.
It really is. And it's scientifically proven that you're kind of one or the other.
Yeah.
And your body is just wired that way.
Well, I've kind of switched a little bit.
Have you?
Like, for example, last night I was up until a little after midnight, but I woke up at 7:15.
Not bad.
So it's like, I'd like to get a little more sleep than that, but
have you
7
trained
hours.
yourself into that or?
Yeah, I think I just got into a routine. I think part of not being a morning person as a kid was just not liking school.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I think that was
part of it.
It had to be because I'm like, I wasn't particularly good at it. I liked, interacting with other kids and that. So that the social aspect. But most of it is not social. Most of it is having to learn something you don't care about.
It's true.
Stay in school, kids. I'm not, but it's for me, I'm just like, it just wasn't my thing.
So Skillet.
Yeah. So homeschooled, gave me an opportunity to really learn, guitar and kind of excel at that. And so it was just a huge, I think because of seeing Skillet and that kind of being the first like rock, and I loved like heavier music, that being the first kind of heavier rock show that I'd been to was kind of like, whoa, that is just like, that's their job. Like they get to do that. So that kind of clicked. And so I kind of throughout high school, like excelled at guitar and kind of made the decision, man, I really want to like pursue music. And my parents were all in for that. Like they didn't,
that for you.
They didn't, of course my dad was like, go for it. My mom was always like, go for it, but
put food on your table.
But you should go to college or,
yeah.
A little bit more of that. Obviously, at a certain point, she wasn't like tough about it.
Yeah.
But she kind of was like, be safe.
Just worried about you.
Yeah. And making sure that, like I actually had an income as an adult. So
100%.
Anyway, fast forward, like I got into the music business, started playing, wound up knowing Skillet, the people in Skillet, and ultimately wound up playing for them for a bit of time. Like I would, I filled in for my buddy Seth when he had his first baby and when he had his second baby.
When that happened for you, were you aware of what a full circle?
Oh my God.
For a full circle moment that was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still, I'm like, I talked to Seth about this recently, who plays guitar for Skillet. I'm like, that just doesn't happen. Like, I understand that will never be lost on me. That's why
that's beautiful.
I'm out of the music business now. Like, I don't want to use the word retired, but like, I love what I do and I love being home and it's just a new chapter of life.
Yeah. At 31, which is
I'm
nothing to shake a stick at, man. I'm good for you.
I'm thrilled. And there was a lot of great experiences in between, being inspired to play guitar and all the way up to playing for them. I had a lot of fun and went places I never thought I'd go. And
what are some, very quickly, let's place drop and name drop, because you are about the 38th person that we've talked to that is music adjacent or entertainment business adjacent. Who were some of your favorites to work with, and where were some of your favorite places that you've played?
Favorite people to work with,
or groups or artists.
So I played in a lot of different. I played in one band that I still have to this day. That was like 10 years ago, and I still have friends from that. My first band that I played with, my buddy Doug, who is now a very sought after, successful mix engineer for a lot of people. He's just a great friend of mine. Him and his wife and family lived in Illinois for a period of time, but now they're here, which is great.
It's nice to have friends close.
Yeah. But I would say like my buddy Colton Dixon, who I played for, that was the last artist I played for. That's kind of a wild story too, because he was on American Idol when American Idol was like in its heyday. Yeah. Like 20, 30 million people were voting on who stays on American Idol. I remember watching that entire season with my family. And he made like the top 7, I think. And all these years later, I played for him, and he is just one of my best friends. And to this day, like we FaceTimed last night, you know,
Cute.
and it's been over a year since I played for him.
I love a strong man-on-man friendship.
Oh, we're cut from the exact same cloth.
Oh, that's delicious.
I think that's why I knew, like, or that's why I think he knew that, like, oh, he's going to play guitar for me, because it was pretty, from fashion to fragrance, like we just have the same. He's very competitive. I'm very competitive. Mm-hmm. He likes hockey. I like football. You know, it's just, there's a lot of
kindred spirit vibes.
For sure, kindred spirits. So, man, he's one of my good buddies. So he's one of my favorite people. And then I think, John and Corey from Skillet, they're husband and wife. So John sings, Corey plays guitar and keys and sings a little bit. And, I think that was just all of them. John, Corey, and Jen. Like that was just I know them. Like they're cool people. We're not like hanging out, but we're, I've known them for years now.
Yeah.
And it's just I've seen them so much and done tours with them so much that it's kind of like, oh, hey, what's up? But when I pause and think about it, it's like, it's just crazy to have that opportunity to work with them after just, their song being my ringback. Do you remember ringback tones?
Oh, yes.
They were my ringback tone when I was 16.
Incredible.
It's crazy.
Incredible. Well, I know, when you're put in a position where you have a compressed set of time and you are in very close quarters with people, it's like sleepaway camp, right? Like my husband, when we met, he would go up to the Sundance Filmmakers Lab every summer, not the festival, the lab. And it was each month Robert Redford would do, is it film, writing, and acting?
It was the director's lab was for 1 month, and then the screenwriter's lab was the next month, and then they had a playwriting lab.
Okay, director, screenwriters, and
cool.
playwriting. And
so, it was an in-person...
Yeah, so it took place in Sundance Village, correct?
So Sundance, Utah.
So that's like actually his little like resort community in the mountains. Absolutely incredible. I got the opportunity to go up there when we first started dating. I went up and stayed with him for like 4 days. Just absolutely stunning. Like, you see Robert Redford like riding by on his like four-wheeler, like, hi, Bob.
That's crazy.
But I bring that up to say, he's still in touch with, directors, other lighting people, all his crew people. They were workshopping films that went on to be made. Like, he worked with Cary Fukunaga, right? Is that how you say his name? These people that went on to be huge successes.
Yeah.
But just the other day, like his girlfriend, Kanar, he was like, oh, yeah, I think this song was on a mixtape, because she was like a DJ at the time, like that Kanar made. And they still like message each other back and forth. There's nothing like building, I did some theater in college too. It's the same shit. It's like you're all together. You probably have seen each other take a shit because you walked in on, like
just fast friends.
You've seen everybody's boobs. Like,
there's no, I don't think there's any dynamic that is like those two instances.
Yeah.
When you work on,
you see people at their best,
show, and
their worst. Like, I'm having a bad day.
Yeah, I think that sometimes when you live in close quarters, like you kind of just have to like, you can't be on all the time, like trying to impress people or whatever. You obviously have a lot of fun.
Sure.
But we're all living with what you guys are doing, and you're living your life.
Yeah.
And you're in a tour
bubble.
bus.
Yeah.
It's like you're sharing a tiny
You've
home.
smelled everyone's farts.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Or feet. Oh, that was the worst.
Do you have stinky feet?
I don't. Praise
Me either.
God.
And I'm so happy I don't have stinky feet.
I think it comes down to diet.
Do you?
I do. I think maybe not in every case. And
Yeah.
I'm not a scientist. But I think
Teenage boys, though, I'm telling you, or like little kids go through.
yeah.
I forget. Do you have kids?
I don't.
Okay.
I have a little doggy.
That's
He's my kid.
similar.
For now. Yeah. he's yeah.
How old's your dog?
He's 5.
Aw.
He's a little pug.
Oh, a pug. You're
Yeah.
a pug dad.
I'm a pug dad.
Cute.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, if you've ever been around a ton of kids, or if you happen to have a kid someday, their feet are
Pretty ripe. Yeah.
disgusting at times.
I have a niece and nephew, and I remember when they were younger.
Yeah.
That's
It's gross.
It's a thing.
I
But,
mean, bodies are gross.
oh yeah,
Bodies are gross.
it's pretty miraculous, but kind of gross. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like how are we walking around?
I always think about this. I have every 3 weeks I'll have an existential crisis,
We do.
and I'll go, man, we open our mouths and just make noises,
Weird.
and we understand each other.
It's weird.
That's weird.
Everything is weird.
Like, yeah, yeah. It's just it's like so miraculous. Yeah. It's just crazy to me. I think about that stuff.
I do too.
From time to time, I'm like,
I do too.
don't leave me alone too long. I'll start thinking about that kind of stuff.
Our show is executive produced by Sherry Day, Farley Day, and John Arnold. Produced, edited, and engineered by Jonathan Kosick. Extra creative magic provided by other fine folks at our sister agency, Artists and Outlaws, including design by Josh Ford and digital management by Nate Hook. If you live in the Nashville area or are visiting soon and want to be a guest, email us at jonathan@freshconsumables.com. That's JONATHAN@freshconsumables.com. Want to hear more of Surprisingly's meaningful and unpredictable conversations? Subscribe now wherever you get your podcasts. I'm your host, Bridget Dinahan. Thanks for listening.